At Te Akau Ki Papamoa-skolan, we were a failing school 11 years ago, and one of the methods and approaches we took was to integrate technology. We believed that through integrating technology we could improve on the delivery of the education we were providing and also create engagement and interest from our students.
Yeah.
So we had to work on the development of teachers. We were focused a lot on teaching learning pedagogy rather than the device as such.
Yeah.
So we worked a lot on building teacher capacity with the use of devices. So we made a choice to integrate the iPad, but not until we'd piloted it. So we piloted the use of technology in one classroom with a control group, balanced with boys and girls and different ethnicities and so on. The results of that pilot were exceptional. So we had the highest achievement at school in reading and writing and maths, which were the narrow neck of government measurement. But we also had the best sports results, the best social studies results, the best science results. The children were happy. More children wanted to be in a room like this.
Yeah.
The second year we introduced another room. The results were fairly identical. The third year we introduced 3 more, so we had 5 at one time. So over a 3-year period we had implemented 8 one-to-one environments. All of the results followed similar suit.
Yeah.
Spiked achievement, improvement in reading and writing and mathematics. So we decided to go school-wide.
Yeah.
We decided how much evidence do we need to prove that this can make a difference on, 1, the quality of teaching, and 2, the student outcomes that we were getting. So from a failing picture where 80% of all students from year 1 to 6 couldn't read at chronological age, to a point where 90% of all children are achieving at or above in reading, in writing, in mathematics. 60% of the children are above the government's expected standards.
Yeah.
It's quite incredible.
Yeah.
I think, but we had a plan for this to occur. So we're not surprised when you have a plan and by design you deliver a curriculum. If it's successful, it's probably because you had a good plan.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what has made this possible in the first place. This journey that you had a plan for it, or what else has made it possible? Because you can't just give children iPads and it will work out. What have you done?
I think we unpacked what values do we believe in, and we embedded them into using any tool. It wouldn't matter which tool you use.
Yeah.
These are the values that we want embedded in our delivery. So that also included technology.
Yeah.
So we had the values running alongside. We wanted to have the whole ecosystem that we work in, including our community, our wider community, our parents, our teachers, our leaders, the teachers, all working in unison. So a lot of consultation about what sort of vision we had for our young people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look, it wasn't all agreement, but with the points that were different, we'd dig a bit deeper and ask what the concerns were if we were to implement and utilise a tool, any tool. So then when we'd find out what the concerns were, we'd then start to address them in our strategy. Part of the strategy was to remove any concern. And then that simplified. Instead of debating and arguing, one of the strategies was to create a successful, safe working environment utilising technology, and to have good digital citizens embedded into the delivery.
Yeah.
So being a good person is embedded into education, which is pretty normal. It was 10, 13 years ago, and it still is today. I think we're talking about better people. We've got better people. The type of work is really funky. It's cool. It's in time. Children want to be at school. Children are happy. The community are a part of the decision making. So yeah, I think you can't just drop an iPad in there and go, well, away you go. You have ranges of teachers' abilities. I think, but it always goes back to the belief. Do we think this is a good tool to help support quality teaching and learning. When we look at teaching learning pedagogy, it says the thing that has the greatest impact is the relationship between the teacher and the child, and effective communication within that ecosystem. So let's create the conditions to have stronger relationships with technology involved. Let's create the conditions to communicate more and wider with this. So what I'm getting at there is enhancement in every aspect to the way school runs, all the way through.
And would this be transferable to Swedish schools, for instance?
I think humans have been around long enough to realize that all knowledge is transferable. So I think it's about understanding your own context, understanding what you value, your people. So having what is with the people, what are our limitations, and what's our capacity to integrate technology? It may be that we have varied abilities, which is pretty normal. So how do we plan to develop our teachers so that we're making the best use of the tool? So that has to be a part of the plan. Buying a device, anyone can do that. Using it effectively, well, that's about building capacity, building teacher capacity. Well, being a better teacher is the goal of our profession, to continually grow and learn. It's the goal of schools, is to educate. So, I mean, it's just a really natural thing to include technology into to our tool and to our skill set.
So what's next for you now at your school, would you say?
Recently we built a makerspace last year that just enhances science, technology, engineering, and mathematical conceptual stuff. I just really enjoy every year we seem to amplify the things that we do. We seem to get more creative and innovative. So we're talking about building a plastics factory. There's issues in communities across the world. We live at the beach, so we're a lot of surfers and things, and we integrate. We all have iPads and telephones and like iTelephones and things. What we want to do is build cases for those things. Also build so we can protect them. Make surfboard fins. 3D make casts to reuse this plastic, but in ways that are useful, so that they're not going into a refuse pit or something like that. I think there's always a continual need to develop teachers. So I have we've developed 7 Apple Distinguished Educators. I have 33 Apple teachers. I want 33 Apple Distinguished Educators. So I have this aspiration. They're all getting to be quite competent after a 10, 11 year period with integrating technology, but we want to continually stretch and we want to continually develop. They're just some ideas. We want to network globally. So we've hooked up with skolans, and we're going to share some ideas. And I'm really keen to get New Zealand teachers over here to Sweden to share some of our ideas, and vice versa. Let's get some Swedish teachers over to New Zealand, and I think this is the global nature of the world being really small, and how we can work together to get better people, so that we can change the world to be better and better people.
Bruce Jepsen, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.